In this aid, we will say what we think and what the market thinks about BTT's future. Cost estimate for 2021, but keep in mind that you might want to think about this in another prediction, along with other things, since it's hard to predict anything. Aaron, instead of trying to guess what will happen to a new, highly unstable currency like BTT right now, let's talk about it before we get too deep into the angry at value expectations and answer questions about whether or not Bittorent is a good investment. For example, why do you think BTT will succeed or fail, or why will its value go up or down? It's been a while since we've seen a token get as much attention as BTT did on the market. Bittorent and Binance are supporting the venture. At last, the whole thing's ICO sold out in just 15 minutes. The ETT token is thought to be her normal TRC10 token, which is a Tron-based standard that lets Bittorent users offer their services in exchange for tokens. This standard isn't as high as the TRC20, which has built-in agreement skills. The token has a total limit of 990 billion units, which can be broken up into smaller increments to increase liquidity. ETT's main goal is to get Bittorent convention users to offer system services like record keeping and hosting in exchange for the coin. Our prediction for the BTT token price in 2023, BTT is one of the projects with a high speculative value, which means that it quickly gains attention and stands out to newbies in the crypto space. This means that BTT tokens do well in buyer markets, but when a bear market hits, these projects are the first to see capital move into safer ventures and stable coins. This leaves kids with heavy bags of useless tokens and even heavier bags of hopium, which gets mixed by the project leaders and their agents to trick them into buying the plunge and giving them even more tokens. ETT also had bursts of confusing price activity where it outperformed Bitcoin and was among the top gainers in the whole market. This just shows that the market is still wasteful in getting rid of the useless chill and showcasing it. Rascals, BTT basically checks off all the boxes of a bad business venture. The fact that it could draw a large number of dubious dealers is just another example of how greed often wins out over logic. It's important to note that this doesn't mean that this or a similar project won't see a brief siphon or even a few of these. On the contrary, these projects are perfect for whale controls because they're seen to be worth something. A siphon usually gives frustrated holders hope that their dream project is finally going to the moon. The other 5% of projects will turn out to be the next Apple. Google or Alibaba in the crypto business will be among those 5%. It's ludicrous that ATT token creators think that financial rewards will make more people watch the storms they download. The whole idea behind BTT isn't convincing. A lot of people who download storms do so through freely available hoards, so they don't have to often think about their exchange download extortion. Torrenting talks barely mention the project, and most experienced people from these groups will say they love the BitTorrent show but hate the organization behind it. Most of the extra seems to be coming from the electronic cash. Many of the people pushing this token are deeply involved in the digital currency scene and are seen as forces to be reckoned with more than anything else. That being said, we need to think about the roles of Justin Sun and Ching-Peng Zhao in this project. The two of them are known in the blockchain community for taking part in some very difficult exercises. Sun, in particular, has been called a powerhouse, which means he is better than an engineer. This is a stick that people often use to beat him with. The way Sun and his partner promote the BTT token without addressing the problems that Plan has doesn't give us confidence that their latest project won't fail. 3. All of this put together means that ATT could survive 2 or 3 totally random siphons, but most of the time there will be small sideways trading with little volume and no big premium from the market. What will BTT be worth in 5 years? In 5 years, the price of BTT could be around 19 cents. The model used to figure out how much BitTorrent will be worth in 2030 says that it will be worth 17 cents. The value of Bittorent in 2040. Our forecasting model predicts that Bittorent will be worth 15 cents in 2040, which will allow it to outperform and replace Bitcoin. Bittorent may reach 10 cents in the future, but our forecasting model doesn't see any chances for it to reach 10 cents in the short or medium term. Bittorent may reach $1 in the future, but our forecasting model doesn't see any chances for it to reach $1 in the short or medium term. How high will Bittorent go? Our Guanjing model predicts that Bittorent prices will crash and drop to near zero in a few years. Is Bittorent worth buying? We don't see a great future for Bittorent, but it's worth buying as a temporary theory with a good exit strategy. Bittorent is not a good way to store something for a long time. Venture that torrent is definitely not a smart investment, as we would like to know why it faces fierce competition from other similar crypto projects, doesn't stand out with its innovation and development, doesn't have a certified local area, and the group behind the venture is questionable. Bittorent could not make you a tycoon, as we don't see it going up in price by 10 times anytime soon. The file has a small chance of working because there is no first mover. It doesn't offer any interesting incentives and is backed by a small group with little power. All of this is a summary for stalling Bittorrent's success in rising costs for as long as possible. What is the short-term outlook for Bittorrent? Bittorrent will cost nothing in the next 90 days, which is a change of 43% from the current cost, which hovers around $0. Bittorrent price prediction for today. What will Bittorrent cost tomorrow? Bittorrent will be worth around $0.